Namaskar, good evening. You're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive and I am Swati Joshi. Well, today marks 1 year of the Pahalgam terror attack, an afternoon that turned into one of the most chilling civilian massacres in Jammu and Kashmir. 26 people were identified based on their religion, targeted and mercilessly killed. 1 year later, the gunmen are dead, eliminated in Operation Mahadev. And as we remember, those innocents, some leaders in our country have triggered a fresh political face-off yet again. The Congress has targeted the Modi government yet again. As the nation, including Prime Minister Modi, Amit Shah and Rajnath Singh, paid tribute to those who lost their lives in Pahalgam, the Congress ecosystem has launched a scorching offensive against the centre, calling it intelligence failure, while reviving the surrender diatribe. Congress MP Jairam Ramesh is leading the charge. He is slamming PM's foreign policy as self-congratulatory and hollow. The Congress has argued that Pakistan, which stood isolated internationally after the 2008 Mumbai attacks, has now gained global respectability. They didn't stop there. They said Prime Minister Modi's foreign policy and its self-glorifying style was a total failure. Opposition is trying to build the narrative of complete failure vis-a-vis Pahalgam attack. Listening.
ಇದು ಈ ಘಟನೆ ನಡಿಬಾರದಿತ್ತು, ನಡೆದೋಯ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತ ಸೈನಿಕರು ಏನು ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು ಅದು ಮುಂದೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಥ ಘಟನೆಗಳು ನಡಿಬಾರ್ದಂಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಟೂರಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ, ಇನ್ನೋಸೆಂಟ್ ಜನರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಡೀ ದೇಶದಾಗೆ ಟೂರಿಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ ಹಾಳಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಒಂದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇನ್ನೋಸೆಂಟ್ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಹೊಡೆದರೆ ಪುನಃ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಜನ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
And what are they threatening? That they will finish off all the terrorists. What terrorists have they finished? Have the Pahalgam terrorists been finished? What all this chest thumping and saying we will do. Yeah, no one's impressed by all this nonsense. If this government has any sense, they'll make sure. What are they doing to this country? Shame on them.
आज का दिन हम सबको बहुत भारी पड़ता है, क्योंकि आज हम वो पहलगाम का अफसोसनाक वाकया जो है उसको याद करते हैं. हमारी मुकम्मल कोशिश रहनी चाहिए, हम सब जो हुकूमत में हैं, कि इस तरह के हादसे जो हैं कभी दोबारा ना हो. और उसके लिए चाहे इलेक्टेड गवर्नमेंट, चाहे मरकजी हुकूमत, चाहे लॉ एंड ऑर्डर मशीनरी, हम सब मिलके इस कोशिश को जो है मुमकिन बनाएंगे.
देखिए, पहलगाम हमले के बाद केंद्र सरकार ने कहा कि हम ऑपरेशन सिंदूर शुरू कर रहे हैं. ऐसा लग रहा था कि इस बार पाकिस्तान ऑक्यूपाइड कश्मीर को हम ले लेंगे. हमने पाकिस्तान ऑक्यूपाइड कश्मीर के ऊपर अपना कब्जा नहीं लिया और उन चिताओं की आग ठंडी भी नहीं हुई थी कि हमने पाकिस्तान के साथ क्रिकेट मैच खेलने शुरू कर दिए. मुझे लगता है बहुत शर्मनाक है.
ये भारत सरकार का और हमारी इंटेलिजेंस फेलियर है. और अगर इंटेलिजेंस ने अगर पहले सूचना दी थी तो फिर सरकार का फेलियर है. सरकार ने कार्रवाई क्यों नहीं है? और वो इसीलिए हुई कि जो जिस पार्टी की सरकार केंद्र में है वो पार्टी केवल चुनाव लड़ने, चुनाव जीतने, चुनाव मैनेज करने, उनका पूरा ताकत, पूरा पैसा, पूरा धन बल, बाहुबल, सब कुछ केवल चुनाव तक सीमित रहता. उन्हें देश से, देश के लोगों से कोई मतलब नहीं है. आतंकवाद को शब्द को इस्तेमाल करते हैं अपने चुनाव प्रचार के लिए, लेकिन आतंकवादी को पकड़ने पर उनका कोई जोर नहीं. उन्होंने तो पूरा चुनाव के लिए इस्तेमाल किया पुलवामा को.
The center, however, has hit back. Both Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh as well as Home Minister Amit Shah have launched a sharp counter-attack on the opposition for politicizing Pahalgam and Operation Sindoor.
उरी में हमला हुआ, मोदी जी ने सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक, पुलवामा में हमला हुआ, एयर स्ट्राइक की, और पहलगाम में हमला हुआ, ऑपरेशन सिंदूर कर उनके घर में घुसकर आतंकवाद का जवाब.
ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में हमारी सेना ने क्या कमाल किया है वो तो बतलाने की जरूरत है नहीं. यानी हमारी मिलिट्री पावर भी मजबूत हुई है पहले से. भारत ने आज तक, भारत की हिस्ट्री उठाकर देख ले कोई, आज तक भारत ने दुनिया के किसी देश पर अपनी तरफ से आक्रमण नहीं किया. यदि अब किसी पड़ोसी ने कोई छेड़छाड़ करने की कोशिश की तो ... और पड़ोसी तो ठीक ठाक है, एक ही गड़बड़ है।
Well, this comes on a day when Times Now has made biggest revelation in the Pahalgam terror investigation. Take a look at your screens, and this is the national identity card accessed during the investigation. The name on it, Habibullah Tabassum. This document establishes terrorists' Pakistani identity. Investigators say this man used multiple names, multiple aliases like Salim, Saifullah and Sajid Jatt, and operated as a Lashkar handler, coordinating attacks from across the border. Born in Kasur, Pakistan, he was once a Lashkar commander operating in Kulgam before moving to Pakistan to manage cross-border operations. He's been designated a terrorist under Indian law since 2021. Investigators say he ran training camps, coordinated attacks and maintained a civilian cover while directing operations. In the Pahalgam attack, he is identified as the handler who issued instructions that set the operation in motion. Let's open this up. Let's go across to our guests. We have Shazia Elmi, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Arushi Sana, political analyst, Professor Akhil Swami, also political analyst, and Akash Deep Muni, a political analyst as well. Thank you very much for joining us. Professor Akhil Swami, was Operation Sindoor and Operation Mahadev nonsense?
Swati, if you compare as to what happened after Mumbai attack, what Dr. Manmohan Singh did, he collected all documents, all proofs, all evidences that Kasab came from Pakistan, the terrorists came from Pakistan. He gave dossier to all over the world, and everybody in the world all over, they agreed and they isolated Pakistan from the mainstream. Everybody accepted that Pakistan is a terrorist state. What happened after Pahalgam and Pulwama? See, first of all, why Pahalgam happened? Why Pulwama happened? Do we know as to why they happened? Because if some small incident happens,
submitting dossiers. You're saying submitting dossiers is better than teaching your enemy a lesson? It's better than retaliating?
Let me
what have those dossiers got you?
Let me complete. See, the basic point is that after Operation Sindoor, the Pakistan is getting all type of help from all over the world. Every country is standing with them. The Turkey is standing with them. China is standing with them. Russia is not standing with us. And Pakistan is now arranging a meeting between Iran and America.
Okay, Professor Akhil Swami, I don't have to tell you the arrangement that Pakistan has. One second. I'm sure you are well aware of the arrangement that a country like Pakistan has that openly admits that they've been doing the dirty job of US and UK. A country that admits it has been doing it for decades.
World Bank, IDB, every financial institution is giving loan to Pakistan. Why the Pakistan is getting the credibility? Why don't we know that why Pulwama happened?
That majburi has to be explained by those countries. America that without informing Pakistan eliminated Osama bin Laden and said that, you know, if you harbor terrorists in your backyard, then they are going to bite you. After making all those statements, if a country like America is today hailing Pakistan, that speaks volumes about its current leadership. I want to bring in Shazia Elmi. Shazia Elmi, Professor Akhil Swami and others in the opposition are saying that what have we achieved? You carried out Operation Sindoor, you carried out Operation Mahadev, but look, Pakistan is negotiating between America and Iran. What have we achieved? That's the question.
First of all, I would like to base this entire conversation on what my country went through. This is not time to score goals and, praise Pakistan. I don't even think there is any kind of competition. We're really not in a hurry to broker any kind of deals on this. And that is hardly something that I would like to talk about. So the Indian Army, and I would like to start with what happened, pay homage to all the martyrs. And the Indian Army, I would like to quote, which has marked the first anniversary. And there's a strong message reaffirming its commitment. So for acts against India, the response is assured, justice will be served. And of course, this statement recalls Operation Mahadev and emphasizes that Operation Sindoor continues at signaling India's firm security measures. So also we all know what has happened. You know, where did Congress stand on Operation Sindoor? I mean, they had a problem with their own MP, Shashi Tharoor ji, who went around along with many MPs from all the parties to talk about Operation Sindoor. He, like Akhilji, is trying to just bring India down by highlighting whatever Pakistan is doing. And you know what kind of a role they are playing is hilarious. We don't want to equate ourselves with what Pakistan is doing. You know, jumping from one to the other. And so it's quite hilarious what they're doing. But imagine what Operation Sindoor did. It destroyed 9 terror launch pads in Pakistan. Pakistan occupied Jammu and Kashmir. 100 terrorists were killed in coordinated strikes. The operation triggered, I mean, it's really triggered a brief conflict. And, you know, there was a ceasefire that reached. And then what about Operation Mahadev? Perpetrators of Baisaran carnage, you just mentioned the name. Terrorists across 300 kilometers, 93 days it went on. And all the 3 attackers were neutralized. There was a, you know, stealth operation that was done through the difficult terrain. So it's all very easy to just run down India, your own country. And that is typical Congress style. But I wouldn't want to be equated with Pakistan, a begging nation. Just now, this gentleman who's talking about Pakistan, they're getting help. Thank God we don't need help. Is it something to be proud of? That Pakistan is begging for begging bowl, and we are not. Imagine everybody's helping them. Such a shameful statement to make. Is it something to be something to emulate? It's hilarious. I mean, we're supposed to feel jealous that we are not begging.
Akash Dipuni.
Doles of charity.
Yes, Swati ji, on 22nd April, a terror attack in Pahalgam killed 26 civilians. National Investigating Agency took over the case. I am quoting the NIA charge sheet. Those who perpetrated and masterminded this attack are still alive after a year. Hafiz Saeed, Saifullah Kasuri, Sajad Gul, Hashim Musa. Hashim Musa was there with the gun. And the BJP spokesperson is lying. She should be apologetic. She should be ashamed. Hashim Musa is alive as per the NIA charge sheet. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha admitted to an intelligence failure regarding the movement of terrorists in such a high-profile tourist zone. Who was made accountable for that intelligence lapse, which was acknowledged by J&K Lieutenant Governor? Nobody. Families of victims such as the local Poniwala who died trying to save tourists says justice.
I think you're very confused. You're talking about Satyapal Malik and that's about Pulwama. I think you're very confused, sir. You've got your timelines wrong.
Still, innocents killed in terrorists. I am not going to be heckled by you.
1 second.
You are a heckler. You are a shame.
Okay. 1 second. Akashdeep Muni. Then why are statements like, this is all nonsense and chest thumping is happening? Why are such statements being made? Aren't you actually questioning Operation Sindoor and Operation Mahadev carried out by our forces? You want to criticize the government, you should limit your argument to that. You want to question the foreign policy, go ahead and do that. But why question the operations carried out by the forces?
Swati ji, BJP should stop hiding behind the army. The army has done an incredible job. But the main point is Hashim Musa, who killed by gun, who killed people by gun, he was there, is alive today. And you are talking about justice. 1 साल हो गया जिसने जो मार के गए, जो घुस के जो मार के गए, वो जिंदा है और आप बोल रहे हैं हम घुस के मारेंगे, झूठ बोलना कब बंद करोगे? अगर नहीं कर सकते तो सरकार छोड़ दो, कुर्सी छोड़ दो, दूसरे आगे कर लेंगे।
आरुषि सना, I can't believe what Akashdeep Muni is saying, because when we faced the Uri attack, we avenged it with airstrikes. When we faced Pulwama, we avenged it with Balakot airstrikes, which has proven to destroy numerous terror camps. When our men were killed in front of their wives at Pahalgam, we avenged it with a women-led Operation Sindoor that was successful in the targets that it had set out to achieve. Coming to the terrorists that have been eliminated, between 2019 and 2026 alone, over 1,200 terrorists have already been eliminated. I understand that it is important to catch the mastermind, but we can't forget the few masterminds that were eliminated after Operation Sindoor. The state of Kashmir, which once ran on a conflict-driven economy, saw over 3,000 cases of organized stone pelting in 2010, a Congress rule period, which has now come down to zero after the abrogation of Article 370. And that abrogation was necessary because the terrorists, separatists, and militants in the valley were emboldened by the funding and political muscle that they were getting from the opposition. As per official MHA data, terror incidents in India have dropped down from 7,200 in the Congress period of 2004 to 2014 to just 2,000 in the BJP rule period. This is a significant 70% reduction on terror incidents, and you're questioning the current regime's nationalistic intentions by saying that Pulwama and all of these attacks have been carried out by the ruling government. Check what your Congress spokespersons are saying. They are saying that it's an intelligence failure. Okay, I'm not saying that we should not have had, I'm not saying that we are perfect, but don't question their ability to get the job done when you look at the data and the statistics that are also available.
Okay.
You are putting the 3 masterminds who have not been eliminated yet as per the NIA. What about the that have reduced in terrorism?
Okay, quick rebuttal from Professor Swami.
See, I would like to know from sympathizers of BJP, why they are sympathizing with Pakistan. Because Mr. Modi went to Pakistan to eat biryani. Why he went there? Dr. Manmohan Singh did not go. Why Mr. Modi went to Pakistan to eat biryani? Number 2, what happened after Pahalgam and Pulwama, you are telling. Why it happened, you are not telling. What were the reasons? Was any inquiry held, and what was the result of the inquiry? Why the nation doesn't know as to why the government allowed Pahalgam and Pulwama to happen?
Are you saying that the government allowed, why would a government allow its citizens, its civilians to be killed?
Why?
And would you apply the same logic? Would you then apply the same logic to every terrorist attack that has taken place when the UPA was in power, including the 26/11 attack? Will the same logic be applied to that attack as well? Will you say the government back then allowed it to happen?
Mumbai attack, the police fought back. They gave their life.
They fought back when the attack happened.
Gave his life.
They fought back, absolutely. Absolutely, they fought back. They saved lives. Nobody's forgotten their contribution. Nobody's forgotten their valor and their contribution. They fought back when the attack happened, sir. But my question is, will you apply the same logic and say that the government allowed it to happen in the first place?
In Pahalgam, why the police force was not able to resist? They were
Professor Swami, Professor Swami, you can ask questions. That's what I said. You can ask questions. You can ask questions. But when you are applying the logic कि government ने दिया terrorist attack, my question is very simple. तो 2000 एक second 26/11 में जो हमला हुआ था, are you saying the government back then as well allowed the attack to take place?
इंक्वायरी हुई, क्यों नहीं पता चला कि पुलवामा और पहलगाम क्यों हुए?
Okay, Shazi Alvi, interesting. You suddenly forget that there are terrorist attacks that have taken place even before this government was in power, when the UPA was in power as well. The most dastardly attack was the 26/11 one. You're not willing to take a stand on that, Shazi Alvi.
Swati, it's shameful how Akhilji's political masters allowed 26/11 to happen. I was there in Mumbai. I was working with a prominent channel, and you won't believe it. For 48 hours, nobody knew how Hemant Karkare, Salaskar, and Vinod Kamte, Ashok Kamte died. Nobody knew. In fact, I did this story where Arun Jadhav, somebody who was, they called them a pilot, somebody who was driving with Salaskar ji, how he broke the story and how he informed everybody, because he was under the pile of bodies that were there. And not just that, you just think about it, for 2 or 3 days, they did not know. It was Tukaram Omble and all Arun Jadhav, who were the heroes for sure. But were UPA, UPA leaders, were they the heroes? No, they were the villains. They allowed it to happen. They did not pursue. They did not pursue or get back at Pakistan at all. It was shameful how we just kept sitting, even after such a terrible attack, where so many, Indians died. And imagine, Akhil Swami ji talked about biryani. I mean, these two have got their timelines all messed up. कब की बिरयानी की बात कर रहे हैं? क्या कुछ हो गया? Just imagine, you have nothing else to say then you talk about biryani.
Okay.
And look at my friend Akashdeep, who's normally so sharp, and today he's talking about, Balakot, and confusing that with...
Swatiji, as we are comparing 26/11 and Pulwama attack, both were dastardly attacks. Yes. But the moot point is that the 10 people who came and committed 26/11 were killed, are not dead today. But interestingly, one person who came and killed people there by his own gun. He's alive today. And these people are lying. I want you viewers to Google कि ना कि भाई वो जिंदा है कि नहीं है. Please stop lying. Bring justice or leave your kursi and go. And somebody else would come and do the job.
Somebody else was there on that chair. Somebody else was there on that chair, and a dastardly attack happened back then as well in 2008, the 26/11 attack. You conveniently forget that. And when I ask you to take a position and apply the same logic कि government ने होने दिया, or when you say that it's related to elections and polls, you conveniently don't take a stand on that. At least politics should not happen on an issue like that. Nobody is stopping the opposition from asking questions. Thank you very much, Shazia Ilmi, Sana, and gentlemen, for joining us on the broadcast.